next video. In this video I will show you how you can apply the auto extension from CameraX in Flutter for Android app. So let's get started. So what is the auto extension? It is basically used for adjusting the final image with the surrounding scenery. For example, the vendor library implementation might do the low light detection and can switch to low light mode or HDR to take the picture, or the face retouch mode can be automatically applied when taking a portrait image. This delegates mode to the vendor library implementation to decide. Now this particular auto extension is not available on all Android devices. If it is not available, then I am falling back to the normal camera preview view. So let's see the output first. So I'll just have already recorded the output for you guys. So first it asks for camera permission, so I'll just give the camera permission, and then here you can see this is feels like a normal camera preview to me. And once I click on take photo, it captures the photo and display inside an image view. So yeah, that's all there is to it. So let's see how to achieve this via code. Let's get started. So let me show you my Flutter project first. So first inside lib main.dart I have this particular code. So first I am importing dart.io, then I am importing this my camera view.dart file which I have created. So make sure you replace Flut app with your own project name. Then I have imported Flutter material as well as services. Now this is the default code which is present by default boilerplate code. I have refactored this my homepage widget, so it is a stateful widget. Now even for camera permission I have written native code. I am not using any third-party library. So first, if platform is Android, I am just checking that. Then here I have a method channel. Then inside initiate, if it is Android, then we just call get camera permission. Then here we invoke a method called get camera permission. So here we get a result. If it is true, then we just change the value of this particular state. And if this state is true, then we display our my camera view. Otherwise we display a text saying give camera permission. Now coming back to my camera view.dart file, here I have imported dart.io, Flutter material as well as Flutter services. Then here we have a stateful widget. Here we have a method channel called camera view. Then here we have creation params as well as image URL which is empty. So once you capture an image, you get the image URL, right? So if it is not equal to empty, we display the image using image.file. Otherwise we use an Android view where we pass a view type on all of this stuff. Important thing is we get a callback on platform view created. So here is our callback. So this callback, it's called once we capture the image. So here you get the image URL and here we set the state. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Now coming to the native code, so you need to go to Android, you need to go to app, go to build.gradle.kts, and here inside dependencies we add this camera core, then camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, constraint layout as well as camera extension dependency. Then you need to go to src main android manifest.xml, and here you need to add this uses feature of Android hardware camera permission as well as write external storage permission. Then you need to go to Kotlin. First you need to go to main activity. You need to copy all these imports which are there. Now here we have this permission for camera, and if Android version less than equal to p, we also pass the write external storage permission. Here we have the method channel result, and here we override on request permission result. So once user request a permission based on the permission granted or not, so if it is granted we send back true to Flutter side, else we send back false. Here we just have a helpful method to check whether we have the required permissions or not. Here we override configure Flutter engine. So here we register our view. So the camera view which you saw, so we are registering a Kotlin file over here. I'll show you that Kotlin file to you in a bit. And here we have a method channel for camera permission. So this is called as soon as our app is launched. Now coming back to this my camera view factory, so here we have this Kotlin file. Now you just need to copy the package name whatever you see inside main activity.kt. Rest it can be the same, like you can copy paste from what you see on the screen. So this is basic boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed a native Android view inside your Flutter application. So feel free to pause the video and copy the code. But here we are referencing another Kotlin file called my camera view. So here we have this my camera view.kt file. Again this should be your own package name, and these are all the imports. So I'll simply scroll through all these imports. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which are there. Then here we have this image capture. Here we have process camera provider. Here we initialize constraint layout. Here we initialize the preview view, and then we initialize the button. Then here we have a method channel. Here we initialize camera executor. Then here we set layout params for our constraint layout. Here is our constraint set. Then here we do viewfinder.id, set the id to it. Then we add our viewfinder to our constraint layout. Then here we constrain the viewfinder to all sides of the screen so that it occupies entire width and height. Then for our button we set the id, text, background color, text color. We add our button to our constraint layout, and then we constrained our button to the bottom of the screen. We add a click listener to our button, and here we call start camera. So inside the click listener we first check whether we have the image capture or not. Then we display set a name for that image by using simple date format. Then we use this content values dot apply by passing a display name mime type, and if Android version greater than p, we also set the relative path. Then here we do image capture dot output file options, then do image capture dot take picture, and once we have the on image saved, we just invoke this method. So here we pass the URI back to Flutter side, but we want to get the actual path, so for this I have created a separate function for that as well. And then we just shut down our camera executor as well as unbind our camera provider. Here we override get view where we return our constraint layout, and here we have dispose where we shut down our camera execute. Now coming back to the start camera method. Next, inside this start camera method, here we just initialize our aspect ratio strategy, then we initialize our resolution selector. Then here is our camera provider feature. We add a listener to it, we get hold of our camera provider. Then here we get hold of our extension manager feature, we add a listener to it, we get the extension manager as well. Then here we just check whether we have the oh sorry, this should not be face retouch, it should be auto. So sorry about this, I'll quickly change this. So this should be auto, and here we just display a toast message if the extension is available. Then we initialize the preview view, we initialize our image capture, we initialize the selector. Again here it should be auto, not face retouch, sorry about that. And then we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle, and here you can see we are passing the selector. And else we just initialize our preview. In case the extension is not available, we display a toast message saying no extension. Then we initialize the preview view, we initialize the image capture, we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle over here, and here we just do context compat.get main executor over here as well as over here. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.